Hello everyone, this is Sungo, the Korean bro. Today is 2022, September, October, November, December, September 29th. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about stock market, okay? I know things are not looking great because of interest rate hike. Um, S&P is down like what percent? Like 5%, like in the past couple of months. Let's see what articles we have tonight, and I can definitely see that it's not really good for stock market because just by looking at percentage change, it's all red, and red means a downward trend. So, mm, wow, 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 wow. Definitely not good. Not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. Mm. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Hmm. NATO believes the Baltic Sea gas leaks were sabotage. Hmm. This little non-small cap is up 139%. Is the stock buy? Asian stocks follow Wall Street higher after UK comms markets. Hmm. UK's trust defense economic plans that sent pound tumbling. US economy drops at 0.6% annual rate from April through June. Yes, you can negotiate with friend Cheeseworth. Here's how. Treasury moves toward a database on corporate ownership. A trio of quarter three winners with room to run. Spain agrees on temporary wealth tax hikes for big earners. These three big dividend payers also boast strong price growth. Mullen Automotive is ready to get in gear. Can United Natural Foods fight both inflation and the Fed? Can HCA healthcare weather the normalization? Two semiconductor stocks watch for reversals. Okay, first article we have is about NATO. NATO said Thursday it would retaliate for any attacks on the critical infrastructure of its 30 member countries, as it suggested that damage to two gas pipelines off Denmark and would-be member Sweden in international waters in the Baltic Sea is the result of sabotage. Any deliberate attack against allies' critical infrastructure will be met with a united and determined response. NATO ambassador said in a statement, they said that the damage to the pipelines between Russia and Germany is of deep concern. The airlines also said that all currently available information indicates that this is the result of deliberate, reckless, and irresponsible acts of sabotage. These leaks are causing risk to shipping and substantial environmental damage. Danish Defense Minister Morten Bogstad on Twitter called it a joint condemnation, a very strong signal from the alliance. The Swedish Coast Guard on Thursday confirmed the fourth leak on the Nord Stream pipelines off southern western. Hmm, okay. This little non-small cap is up 139%. Is the stock a buy? Marine energy transporter International Seaways has posted double and triple-digit returns while the market has been correcting. Revenue growth accelerated in the past two quarters, and analysts see strong earnings in the third quarter. The company raised its dividend earlier this year. It's not very typical these days to find a stock like International Seaways which boasts these eye-popping returns. 1 month, 17%, 3 months, 62%. The New York-based company is a marine transporter of crude oil and other petroleum products. It's considered part of the midstream industry within the energy sector. International seaways, marine transporter of crude oil and other petroleum products. So they're like transportation, not transportation company, but like transporter company. Okay, transporter company. The company owns and operates a fleet of vessels in two business segments: product carriers and crude tankers. As the name suggests, crude tankers transport unrefined crude oil to refineries. The smaller product tankers ship the refined products to ports near end users. This is a small company with a market capitalization of $1.7 billion and $48.2 million shares in float. Smaller companies like this frequently outperform the broader market but can be more volatile. When that volatility occurs to the upside, as we're seeing in this case, it can be a boon for investors. Hmm. Marine energy transporter International Seaways has posted double and triple digit returns while the market has been correcting. Because of the small number of shares, there's not the kind of active price movement you see in a larger stock, such as midstream peer enterprise product partners. If you watch your brokerage or a charting program, you will see the price of enterprise partners move every few seconds, whereas International Seaways price can remain stagnant for minutes. That's simply a factor of institutional ownership and liquidity. Asian stocks follow Wall Street higher after UK comms markets. Mm, okay, the next article we have is about Asian stock. Mm. And what is it about? Asian stocks follow Wall Street higher after UK comms markets. I've heard about the currency situation in UK because my sister currently works in UK. She's now over there temporarily. She's gonna come back to Korea soon. Not anytime soon, but like next year. But I know how thing goes because I've heard about it. Let's see. European stocks tumbled Thursday, and Asian markets were mixed after British Prime Minister Liz Truss defended a tax cut plan that rattled investors. Hmm. London's market benchmark plunged 2.3%, and Frankfurt lost 1.9%. In early trading, Shanghai and Hong Kong also declined. Tokyo and Seoul advanced. London's market benchmark plunged 2.3%, and Frankfurt lost 1.9% in early trading. Shanghai and Hong Kong also declined. Tokyo and Seoul advanced. The future for Wall Street's benchmark S&P 500 index was down 1.3%. Oil prices lost more than $1 per barrel after jumping more than $3 the previous day. Stocks and the British pound fell Tuesday on fears of Truss's tax cuts would push up already high inflation. Okay. Let's see. Let's repeat this because I was a bit confused when my sister talked about the way pound is falling. Because my sister was really happy about it because of the fact that pound was falling. European stocks tumbled Thursday and Asian markets were mixed after British Prime Minister Liz Truss defended a tax cut plan that rattled investors. London's market benchmark plunged 2.23% and Frankfurt lost 1.9% in early trading. Shanghai and Hong Kong also declined. Tokyo and Seoul advanced. The future for Wall Street's benchmark S&P 500 index was down 1.3%. Oil prices lost more than $1 per barrel after jumping more than $3 the previous day. Stock in the British pound fell Tuesday on fears Truss's tax cuts would push up already high inflation. Markets rebounded Wednesday after the Bank of England said it would buy government bonds to stop a price slide. Markets fell back Thursday after Truss shrugged off criticism and a public appeal by the International Monetary Fund to stop the tax cut plans. Truss says she's willing to make difficult decisions to get the economy growing. Hmm. It's not really interesting, so let's go get to the bottom of this article. Hmm. UK Truss defends economic plan that sent pound tumbling. What is it about this text? British Prime Minister Liz Truss on Thursday defended her divisive economic plan and shrugged off the turmoil. It has stirred in financial markets, saying she's willing to make controversial and if difficult decisions to get the economy growing. In her first public comments since her government announced billions in unfunded tax cuts Friday that drove the pound to record lows. Okay. Truss said Britain was facing very, very difficult economic times, but she said the problems, namely highly inflation driven by soaring energy prices, were global and spurred by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So it's not only Korea, but also they are like suffering from invasion of from they're suffering from invasion of Ukraine, right? Hmm. Um, Economic times, right? She spoke after the Bank of England took emergency action Wednesday to stabilize UK financial markets and head off a crisis in the broader economy after the government spooked investors with sweeping tax cuts that many see as benefiting the wealthy to be paid for by a surge of public borrowing. Trush told BBC local radio that she had to take urgent action to get our economy growing, get Britain moving, and also deal with inflation. Hmm. Of course, lots of measures we have announced won't happen overnight. We won't see growth come true overnight. She said, what is important is that we're putting this country on a better trajectory for the long term. In a series of radio interviews, Trush said her government's decision to cap energy bills for households and business would help tame inflation and help millions of people facing a cost of living crisis. Radio interview Trush said her government's decision to cap energy bills for households and businesses would help tame inflation and help millions of people facing a cost of living crisis. But it was not the decision that alarmed the markets. It was the government's announcement last week of an economic stimulus program that included £45 billion of tax cuts and no spending reductions without an independent economic assessment of the cost and impact. Blah, blah, blah. Well, here it goes. Having lower taxes across the board, everything from national insurance to corporation tax to income tax, helps everybody because it helps grow the economy, she said. U.S. economy drops at 0.6% annual rate from April through June, battered by surging consumer prices and rising interest rates. Surging consumer prices, and surging consumer prices, and rising interest rates. Right. Uh, the U.S. economy shrank at 1.6% annual rate from April through June. The government announced Thursday, unchanged from its previous second quarter estimate. It marked the second consecutive quarter of economic contraction. One informal rule of thumb for a recession, most economists citing a strong and resilient American job market, believe the world's biggest economy is not yet in a downturn, but they worry that it might be headed for one as the Federal Reserve ratchet up interest rates to combat inflation. Consumer spending grew at a 2% annual rate, but that gain was offset by a drop in business inventories and housing investment. A trio of third winners with room to run. Sarepta Therapeutics Plug Power Trade Desk has Plug Power stock bottomed. Plug Power has surged more than 30% over the last few months. The main jolt came in late July when Congress was zeroing on history climate bill. The main jolt came in late July when Congress was zeroing in on a historic climate bill that will devote $369 billion to climate and alternative energy projects, which develops hydrogen energy technologies. Its hydrogen fuel cell systems power electric vehicle motors and have been deployed on more than 50,000 occasions for mobility. Can trade dash shares keep going higher? Is on track to finish at approximately 40% in quarter third following breakout, quarter second earnings report. The other advertising technology provider has been a rare exception to the recent troubles in the digital ad market. With digital ad spending in slowdown mode due to heightened economic uncertainty, the trade ads boasted 35% quarter second revenue growth. They came from both new customers and expanded agreements with existing customers. The better than expected performance showed that digital ad pause has yet to impact the business and help the trade ads bolster its market leadership. As Google, Facebook, Snap, and others struggle with a cautious ad spending backdrop, the trade ads keeps plowing ahead. The company's relative immunity to macro pressures is a great sign for investors. The company's relative immunity to macro pressures is a great sign for investors, as it suggests the business will only strengthen as the digital advertising pool increases. So while the company forecasts $385 million in quarter third revenue, this will likely get surpassed as it did in the last several quarters. Trade Desk. Trade Desk. This company mainly deals with marketing, online digital marketing. Of course, shares have not been it's not been doing that great because of economic uncertainty, but but uh, even during COVID period, they gained uh, their revenue was up 35%, which is cautious as spending backdrop keeps plowing ahead. The company's relative immunity to macro pressure is a great sign for investors as it suggests the business will only strengthen as the digital advertising pool increases. Yes, can trade desk. Mulan Automotive is ready to get in gear. Mulan Automotive has caught the attention of investors. The company is an EV startup focused on improving efficiency and battery technology. The 5 SUV crossover should begin deliveries in 2023. Mulan Automotive is gearing up for a production of its flagship 5 SUV crossover, which could be the next big thing in the EV world. Its cars are not only attractive, but fashion it has its fingers in more than one market, including sports cars, final mile delivery, and battery technology. The caveat is that all too many EV startups have been in this position over the past few years, and very few of them are making cars today. While the core aspect of the business is attractive from the speculative viewpoint, it is the advancements in battery technology that could keep the ticket to this company's success. Mulan Automotive is focused on improving EV range by increasing efficiency as well as advancing battery technology. Among its avenue of pursuit are lithium sulfur and solid state batteries, and both would equal ladder batteries with increased energy density. Among the benefits of the lithium sulfur battery are 5 times more energy density, 50% less cost per watt hour, and sustainability. Moon is predicting that its car, when upgraded to the new technology, would have twice the average range of EV cars on the road today. Other benefits include a lower cost manufacture and environmentally friendly materials. In terms of cost, lithium sulfur batteries could be as much as 50% cheaper to manufacture than today's standard. Hmm. Okay. Two semiconductor stocks to watch for reversals. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing has a promising new business deal on the horizon. Nvidia is about to be very oversold. Taiwan, Nvidia. And let's go over to Yahoo Finance. Okay. Hmm. Wall Street resumes a sell-off after relief rally falters. Okay. Mortgage rates race towards 7%, hit 15-year high. Central banks around the globe are keeping Wall Street up at night. Jim Cramer says buy these two high yield dividend stocks, including one with 10% yield. Dow Jones plunges after key economic data, Apple dives on downgrade. BlackRock says these are the best sectors to invest in during inflationary times. Probably the last rally. Jim Rogers just warned about getting too excited over the market's recent bump. Kathy Wood just called out the Fed's biggest blind spot and warns of significant price deflation in the pipeline. Porsche stock pops in first day of trading and Volkswagen drops. Here's why. The strong dollar could ruin earnings season for these companies. 10 stocks are screaming buys as monster rally nears. Five stock advisors say to buy for the next 10 years. Nike reports earnings today. Wall Street is bracing for disappointment. Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway buys 5.99 million more Occidental shares. The 10 hottest stocks for the long hour. Netflix new adventure will boost earnings. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, first one we have is stock market news live update. Stock resume losses after relief rally falters. After relief rally falters. After relief rally falters. Stock resumes losses. U.S. stocks cascaded Thursday morning as recession jitters returned to Wall Street after a fleeting relief bounce in the previous session, spurred by the Bank of England's bond buying move. The S&P 500 plummeted 1% early into the seed session, while the Dow Jones Industrial erased more than 200 points, or around 0.8%. The technology-focused Nasdaq Composite sank 1.4%. High yield dividends to Devon Energy Corporation. Key Corp. BlackRock says these are the best sectors to invest in during inflationary times. Clean energy fuels. Clean energy. BlackRock's Jacobs points out one advantage that clean energy technologies have over traditional fossil fuels, mainly wind and solar, which is the one-time nature of their child. As a natural gas power plant is dependent, at least in part, on the price of natural gas to determine operating cost, clean or renewable energy sources typically have that initial cost built in. As that cost of a wild turbine in an inflationary environment like we see today, that's really beneficial to those existing clean energy resources where they've already paid the cost, Jacobs opined. Local Bounty Corporation. We'll start with Local Bounty, an interesting company in the agricultural technology sector. Jacobs points out agriculture technology as one potential answer to the problem of rising food prices. An interesting company in the agriculture technology sector. The Russian war in Ukraine promises to push food prices higher, with the world's food network suppliers facing increased pressure. Alternative sources will be in high demand. As Jacobs puts it, the higher we see these food prices gets, the more demand there is going to be for agricultural technology solutions to put a lead on those prices. And this is where local bounty comes in. The company is based in Montana. So here we have two companies. One is about agricultural technology, and the other is about clean energy fuels. So mostly a lot of experts say energy. and food. Uh, I know I'm not like kind of person who's interested in those things, but let's see what she says. Kathy Wood. Here are the top stocks she likes right now. Tesla, the electric vehicle. It's no secret that the Federal Reserve is committed to getting inflation back under control. The central bank raised its benchmark interest rates by 75 basis points last week, marking the third such leg in a row. The central bank raised its benchmark interest rates by 75 basis points last week, marking the third such leg in a row. Hawkish stance. None of those voting on the Federal Reserve is focused on the significant price deflation in the pipeline. She tweeted last week, the Fed seems to be making decisions based on lagging indicators and analogies. She still loves Roku and Zoom, as always. US stocks dropped as fresh data printed a picture of an economy that can handle further Federal Reserve tightening, and concern about the global economy overshadowed the Bank of England's move to restore calm. 10 stocks are screaming buy. What are 10 stocks that buy streaming? We'll see. Analysts are either optimistic or totally delusional, but either way, they see a big S&P 500 29% rally coming and have picked their favorite stocks to play it. Analysts are most surely they found the 10 S&P 500 stocks with the most upside for the coming rally. Dish Network, General Holdings, and Caesars Entertainment says a report from a said all 10 of these stocks are expected to jump by 65% or more over the next 12 months. And the next 12 months could be key to S&P 500 investors if analysts are right. They're collectively calling for the S&P 500 to jump nearly 30% over the next 12 months, says John Butters, earnings analyst at FactSet. To be exact, analysts think the S&P 500 will trade for Dish Network, Caesars Entertainment, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway bought another 5.99 million shares of Occidental Petroleum Corp., boosting its stake to 20.9% after the oil company's share lost about a fifth of their value in less than a month. The purchases were made between September 26 and September 28 and cost about $352 million. Berkshire said in a regulatory filing on Wednesday. Despite tumbles this year, Amazon.com, Nvidia, and Netflix are the top performing stocks over the past 3 decades, highlighting the value of holding top quality names regardless of the short term challenges companies face. This tally is based on an analysis by Charlie Bellio, the founder of Compound Capital Advisors, who posted his figures on Twitter. Barange updated the figures through September 23rd using Bloomberg data. Okay, last article is about Netflix. It's come on, it's short because I don't have any subscription. I cannot read it. I cannot read the full article. The prospects for Netflix new ad-supported service are looking good to Atlantic equities, and the stock popped. The prospects for Netflix new ad-supported service are looking good to Atlantic equities, and the stock popped. On Wednesday, analyst Hamilton Faber raised his rating for the video streaming company to overweight from neutral. Hmm. Okay, this is it for today, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I know I did it really short, but I gotta take some time from time to time. Okay, so see you and goodbye. Bye bye.